so fun to say Googoosh. She is sort of a daughter of Iran. That's really who she is, because Iranians have known her since the age of 3. She was already a prolific performer as a child, and prior to the revolution, when there were no restrictions on women singing music, Googoosh was the country's biggest pop star, and everybody sort of followed her every move. When Googoosh got a haircut, all Iranian young women went and copied her haircut. That's how beloved she was. When the revolution happened, the Islamic Republic that took power decided that women were no longer allowed to sing. And so a lot of very accomplished female musicians who were very much part of Iranian households, they were silenced, and Googoosh was one of them. The majority decided to leave the country. So they left for Europe or the US. Many of them set up their new homes in Los Angeles, which ultimately became known with time as Tehrangeles, because that's where a lot of these musicians went and created music studios and continued to produce music that was consumed both by Iranians in the diaspora, but especially by Iranians inside Iran itself, again through the use of these small media that we talked about, cassette tapes and VHS tapes. Googoosh, however, decided to stay. She was among a number of musicians at the time who had some political inclinations. They opposed the kind of dictatorship that the Shah and the human rights violations that the Shah also practiced during his reign. When we look back at the revolution now, we think that at the time everybody must have conceived it as being something horrible, but that is not really true as far as the historiography of that particular event is concerned. This was a very hopeful revolution, and people really had great sort of expectations of the kind of liberatory forces that would be unleashed and the kind of democratic system that would exist. Within short order, it was clear that that was not going to be the case. But somebody like Googoosh, she stayed, and she thought, let me see if this is going to evolve. And also, for the first 10 years or so of the Islamic Republic, people kept thinking, this will be over soon. There's no way such a strict, religious government is going to be taking over this country, and this system will fall very soon. And so people kind of waited it out, and Googoosh was one of those people. Unfortunately, however, she became travel banned, and so she couldn't leave the country for about 20 years because of the significance and the importance that she sort of held within her as a cultural icon and as an artist. The state was pretty nervous about her being able to leave or, make even a simple statement because of her popularity. And so for 20 years, Googoosh was silenced. Lucky for her and for Iranians at large, she happened to have come to fame at such a young age that by the year 2000, when she finally managed to get a permit to leave the country and give concerts around the world, her first one being in Canada, she was still young. She was about 50. And when she gave her very first concert in 2001, I believe, in Toronto, she got a 10-minute long standing ovation. And, this is with the entire audience. It actually brings tears to my eyes right now, too. Just having tears in their eyes at this incredible historical moment of their beloved musician being allowed to stand on a stage and sing to them again.